Yo, peace and love, everybody. This is AI News with AI Erik, and today we're talking about artificial intelligence once again. That's why they call me AI Erik. But today we're coming from the White House. Today we're talking about the framework to advance AI governance and risk management for national security. So once again, risk management for national security. So that right there alone should tell you how important it is for you to start understanding more about what artificial intelligence is all about. You know what I'm saying? So once again, this is AI News with AI Erik, and we coming straight from the White House. So we got 4 important things we're going to be talking about, 4 pillars. And pillar 1 is AI use restrictions. Pillar 2 is minimum risk management practices for high impact and federal personnel impacting AI uses. Pillar 3 is cataloging and monitoring AI use. Pillar 4 is training and accountability. So you can actually go to my website, AIErik.com, and go to safety AI, and you can click on the link, AIErik.com. So once again, we're talking about artificial intelligence and framework to advance AI governance and risk management in national security. So the overview is basically, I'm going to read this word for word. I'm going to read the overview word for word and the scope, and then we're going to freestyle a little bit. So AI is one of the most powerful technologies of our time and presents a significant opportunity for innovation to advance U.S. national security. So they want to advance U.S. national security using AI, boy. They better hope this thing works. So such innovation must be responsible, lawful, and aligned with democratic values, including human rights, civil liberties, privacy, and safety. So the performance of AI systems shall be such that U.S. government personnel can have trust and confidence in using AI systems, and the use of those systems should not undermine the public's faith in U.S. national security institutions. I want to go back to where it talks about such innovation must be responsible, lawful, and aligned with democratic values, including human rights, civil liberties, privacy, and safety. And that's one of the things that I'm concerned about when it comes to artificial intelligence, because there's going to be a lot of biases, there's going to be a lot of racism, there's going to be a lot of discriminatories, depending on where you live, what your color is, things like that, and a lot of these models that are going to be built. So that's why I say, man, we got to start ending up building our own models, governing our own history, our own, ethics in these models and everything. So once again, the U.S. government shall use AI systems and employ force informed by AI systems in a manner that complies with all law and policy, including obligations under international humanitarian law, human rights law, and the U.S. government's existing frameworks for responsible use of AI. So once again, this is very important because the U.S. government has to play a role in policing artificial intelligence, because there's going to be a lot of companies out there that's going to be using it for wrong, man, and just not going to be caring because there ain't no laws, there's no guidelines they got to go by. So let's get to the scope of what this is all about. The framework of advanced AI governance and risk management in national security builds on and fulfills the requirements found in Section 4.2 of the National Security Memorandum on advancing the United States leadership in AI, harnessing AI to fulfill national security objectives, and fostering the safety, security, and trustworthiness of AI, which directs designated department heads to issue guidance to their respective components /sub-agencies to advance governance and risk management practices regarding the use of AI as a component of a national security system, NSS. This AI framework is intended to support and enable the U.S. government to continue taking active steps to uphold human rights, civil liberties, privacy, and safety. Here we go again with that, and that's what we need. Ensure that AI is used in a manner consistent with the president's authority as commander-in-chief to decide whether to order military operations in the nation's defense. That's good. So I guess we'll be using AI. If anybody's trying to use AI against us, we'll use it back against them, or else we're going to have to get some real heavy military stuff involved if they, because there's going to be a lot of AI attacks, so once again, AI framework is intended to support and enable the U.S. government to continue taking active steps to uphold human rights, civil liberties, privacy, and safety. Ensure that AI is used in a manner consistent with the president's authority as commander-in-chief to decide whether to order military operations in the nation's defense, and ensure that military use of AI capabilities entities is accountable. That's what we want to make sure, including through such use during military operations with a reasonable human chain of command and control. That's one of the most important things. There has to be a human chain of command and control. We can't just leave the decision to the robot, you know what I'm saying, or the AI, or the model. AI use in military context shall adhere to the principles and measures articulated in the Political Declaration on Responsible Military Use of Artificial Intelligence and Autonomy, announced by the United States on November 9, 2023. This framework includes 4 primary pillars relating to, and that's actually the pillars we went over, but we're going to go over what each one means in a minute. But I want to say this. I always talk about the importance of this. We're actually moving into a whole new world, and Oprah had a special with definitely some big CEOs who's building AI models, and she talked about how we have to end up getting a new muscle in our brain to start understanding what's real and what's not real. And this is very important that we do this, and we got to get a muscle in our brain to start actually adapting to this new world of AI, because a lot of us never thought we would see things like this. Now, our kids, they don't even know what's going on. They're just going to grow right into this. It's going to be the norm for them. So we have to start making sure that they are the ones building the models moving forward, because we just can't rely on Copilot, ChatGPT, Midjourney, Perplexity, Claude. I don't care what model it is. I mean, that's cool. We're going to use them, but they're not built by us. If you go into any of their boardrooms, if you go into any of their rooms where they're showing you the people that's building the models, it's not us. And we have to be involved. There's going to be 97 million jobs coming soon. 85 million is on the chopping block. And we have to be at least 30 to 35% of that 97 million, you know? So let's break down each pillar. Pillar 1, AI use restrictions. Sets boundaries on prohibited and high impact AI uses, protecting areas that are key to national security, ethics, and privacy. It's about identifying where AI can and can't go, from federal personnel interactions to sensitive defense applications. Pillar 2, minimum risk management practices. Establishes safeguards like mandatory risk assessments and human oversight for high impact uses. This ensures AI is deployed responsibly with a focus on safety for federal personnel, because we all know that all the federal agencies are going to be using AI big time. It just trickles down, you know, and even the smaller companies that's not using it now, you're going to have to, else you're going to go out of business. Pillar 3, cataloging and monitoring AI use. This involves tracking and documenting all AI deployments, along with managing data securely. This pillar promotes transparency and oversight, so we all know what's being used and how it affects security. So we definitely want to make sure that the government does this. So I don't know if they're going to end up making sure someone, I mean, you know, I guess you have to fill out a form depending on the models you build and the algorithms you build and the robots you build in, you know, depending on what stage you're at, you know. Pillar 4, training and accountability. Emphasizes that everyone using AI is trained and accountable. By creating a knowledgeable workforce, we ensure that AI systems are used properly and ethically. So understanding this stuff is just not for the techies, you know what I'm saying? This is essential for all of us to know, you know. So, you know, I know you want to stay relevant in the world where AI shapes, you know, so much of our national security landscape. So understanding these pillars isn't just for techies. It's definitely essential knowledge for anyone looking to stay relevant, you know? So this is a AI world that is now shaping so much of our national security landscape. So we definitely got to pay attention to what's going on, you know? So there's going to be banks, there's going to be different companies, there's going to be mortgage companies, there's going to be so many companies that have the ability to help you move forward. That's going to be building AI algorithms, AI models to keep us behind. And we do have the capability to approach these companies with massive lawsuits, with, you know, where everybody gets together and put lawsuits together, because as long as we understand that the law is behind us and everything's supposed to be fair and ethical, but if we don't know, if we don't understand, it's just going to go over our heads. So, you know, that's why I tell people, let's start learning artificial intelligence. And what's more important is that we start being part of building the models, that, you know, we become data scientists, data engineers, full stack engineers, cybersecurity specialists, AI consultants. Now, I know there's people that, you know, the big time people, particularly the guy from NVIDIA says that you don't have to learn code, everything's going to be built in. So, to me, I disagree with that because they're still learning code. They're still going to these schools, getting certificates, getting degrees in data scientists, engineering, and, so I disagree with that. So as far as I'm concerned, we got to get 100% involved because we have to start being responsible. There's always going to have to be a human at the front door, you know what I'm saying, inputting the data. And it has to be us so we can start being great and we can start building unbelievable things that don't even exist today, things that can help society, help the healthcare industry, and just change the world. So once again, this is AI News with Eric, and we're talking about the framework to AI governance and risk management and national security today. And straight from the White House, that's what we're talking about. So don't just watch AI change. Make sure you start learning and you're a part of this. So for more information, share, like, subscribe to our YouTube page, youtube.com/@AI Erik. Once again, you can download the official document at AIErik.com. AI News with Eric. Peace and love.
AI News.